Okay, so now that you've watched that video all about Niagara-on-the-Lakes community and its neighborhoods, perhaps you even saw your neighborhood in that video, I wanted to just show you what Miss Filer sees in her community and in her neighborhood. Because it's important to understand that just because we all go to the same school together, we learn together, we play together, doesn't mean we all come from the same community. Right? We might see different things in our own communities and in our own neighborhoods, and that's okay. That's what makes our community special to us. So, for example, this is where Miss Filer went to school when she was your age, when she was in when she was in grade 1. And this is a school. And now Royal Oak does not quite look like that, but that's okay. It's interesting to notice that both of our communities have a school in them, but they just look a little different. So all communities have similarities and they have differences. Here is a grocery store that was just built in Miss Filer's community. Maybe you have a grocery store in your community, but it looks a little different from this one. That's okay. This is a park that was in Miss Filer's neighborhood. Perhaps you go to a park with your family. And this is a new fire hall in Miss Filer's new neighborhood in her new community. Because I just moved and bought a home, I now have a new community and a new neighborhood to explore and to navigate. Perhaps you have moved before and you know a couple neighborhoods or a couple communities. So it's important to understand that we all come from a community and a neighborhood, but they might have some similarities, but they also might have some differences, and that's okay. So before we go, let's just quickly take a look at this definition of what a community is. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. So it says a community. A community is a group of people. That's correct, right? A group of people. Even if you live kind of out in the country and you don't have neighbors close by, when you go to the grocery store, you see people. A group of people who live in the same place. They may have shared histories, culture, beliefs, and values. What I like to think about when they say histories, culture, beliefs, and values is if you are celebrating perhaps the Santa Claus parade in Niagara-on-the-Lake, that might be a shared celebration or something that you value with your community. But Miss Filer she doesn't go to that every year. They don't do that in St. Catharines, but they do a different Santa Claus parade in St. Catharines. So we both celebrate the Santa Claus parade, but they might look a little different because we're from different communities. Does that make sense? So now you are going to complete a worksheet all about your favorite place in your community and why it is important to you. Okay?